So it's been 500 days since I posted my first video. What now? Well, I'm gonna tell the story of GornMelee. So my first video 500 days ago was uploaded on January 21st, 2025. It is unlisted now, but it was a comic. I'll put it on screen for anyone who is curious what it was. Back to the lore, I actually had this YouTube account for a long time and I didn't know what to do with it. At first I just made videos for me. They're all private now, and they're just for me. But I wanted to make public videos. I wanted to entertain. So I thought a gaming clips channel would be fun. Then I transitioned into a gaming and edits channel. Then I went into gaming voiceovers. I just talked about random stuff with gaming footage in the background. I liked the concept of that, but it was still changing. I decided to do Zelda clips with a voiceover as if Link was talking to himself. The Zelda voiceovers are short-lived, but then I posted my first ever comic, which I just showed here, but here it is again. Anyway, I love my comics so much and I wanted to make more. I made 2 more. Here are all of my comics. One is about how I hate the deep sea, the other one is about stubbing your toe, and the third one is a story about how I fell asleep listening to doom music. That actually happened to me. Anyway, this is when I got more comfortable with digital art, and it was at this time that I rediscovered FNAF. It's not like I never heard of it, but I never really got into it. But I posted a drawing of Burn Trap, but it was actually Spring Trap. I messed up kinda. Anyway, it was on that video I got my first ever comment, and it was a hate comment. You can actually still see it if you go to my oldest video. Don't harass them though, they probably forgot that they left the comment there. Anyway, the comment said, "Looks like shit." This kinda hurt me at the time, and I wanted to reply, but I knew that's what they wanted. I realized something. They're just a rage baiter. They don't even care about the art. And if they did, they'd offer critique or criticism. I should just ignore it, and later on I got a comment that said, "Cool." I hearted it. Moving on, I posted a video of my dog with a sound. Since it was a trend, it did well, and this was the first time I made a video that surpassed 1K views. At this time, my channel description read art and memes, so if my art didn't do well, I'd post a meme that'd get some growth. Pretty good idea. Then I posted a chicken jockey clip because it was around that time. It did well. Then a chicken jockey comment. Here it is. I kept posting more art trends and little videos. Then I tried to make a whole AMV of my OC with FNAF fan song Terrible Things and flip a clip. You could probably imagine that did not go well. Anyway, throughout the rest of the spring I kept posting trends and little art pieces. Now mind you, I was very new to art and wasn't that great, but I was having so much fun. Now the summer was a grinding time for me because I had way more time to make art and post it. I was still a huge into FNAF, and I posted a little drawing of Foxy but as an actual cute red fox. Then my first drawing request, it said, "Okay, what about Foxy as an actual pirate?" And I said, "Sure, as long as you subscribe." They did. This is probably a golden age for my channel, because I was getting so many drawing requests that were all FNAF character combinations. It was really fun, and I weaved my way into the FNAF algorithm instead of algorithm. My friend said that. But yeah, for the rest of the summer I posted some little trends and mostly FNAF fan art. It was around August, September-ish that I took a break from FNAF and worked on my own OCs. I still posted fan art here and there, but mostly original art. In October, I got into a bit of animation, just some rotoscoping, but I thought it looked pretty cool. Also around this time, instead of drawing, I was making art pieces. I'd put at least 2 hours in, and I'd actually make a background and render them. In the fall, I also took some Hollow Knight fan art suggestions, even though I had zero clue what Hollow Knight was, but the characters had really cool designs and they were very fun to draw. I'm glad I did it. Now in February of 2025, I was hospitalized, and when I came back from the hospital, I didn't have anything to do. Nothing. So I was like, I'll crack open the sketchbook and maybe draw a bit. But at this time, I was more focused into video games and not as much as art. Now, I've always had a thing for art, but sometimes I have phases. At this time in February of 2025, I was drawing because I couldn't do anything else, and I entered a deep state of art block, like the worst one I've had. Probably because I didn't have any inspiration, and the reason I didn't have any inspiration was the fact that I was stuck at home. Now at this time, a critique of Has Been Hotel came out, and it was made by artist Lord Elginboy. I watched the critique and it was pretty good. Now I usually like to check the channels that make videos I watch. I'm not expecting to see much really, maybe more critiques, I don't know. Oh my god. I had just stumbled upon the coolest artist ever. Listen, I've always been to drawing edgy stuff, demons, monsters, stuff like that. Guess what Lord Elginboy draws? He draws the same stuff, which means I could get out of art block because I have a good inspiration source now. I took so much inspiration from his art. Eventually I escaped my art block with the help of Elgin. During all this time, I was working to develop a webcomic known as the delivery service for demons. I didn't know anything about making a webcomic, so I guess that contributed to the art block, because I was staring at a blank screen for hours wondering what to put. But now I had gotten out of my art block. I found my inspiration artist and got out of art block. Now I can continue my art journey strong. Here's some of the stuff I made in art block. Mind you that I just got back into drawing again after a few years. Okay, that was a bit of a detour. All that happened at like the start of my channel. I don't know why I forgot to mention it earlier. Anyway, we are in the fall. During the fall, I focused more on OCs and experimented with different types of content. Now around Thanksgiving, I posted a Has Been Hotel clip. I thought it would do slightly better than my videos. I averaged about 1K per video. I expected it to get like 2 to 5K maybe, but on Thanksgiving morning, I woke up to 11,000 views. At around midday, it was around at 600,000. It keeps growing. 700K, 800. This video hit 1.2 million views and got me like 600 subscribers. I basically skipped most of the first 1,000 subscribers.
Holy shit, I am stuttering so much.
Anyway, it was just a Has Been Hotel clip. As grateful as I am for the views, I know where those subscribers came from. They came for Has Been Hotel, not my art. That's quite the bummer. But I know how to compensate though. Just make Has Been Hotel fan art. I made art and the subscribers got what they came for, and it all did good numbers. Then I got a good idea. Just do that with memes. Find a popular meme and draw it. Good numbers and people are seeing my art. I didn't do this much, but it was always a good time when I did it. At this point it was late December, early January. I was getting a little tired of just posting speed paints, so I tried uploading different types of shorts. Of course all art related, but not just speed paints. They're all very fun. Now it's January. I took a break. I needed it. I had a bit of art block, and my uploading schedule is too tight for me. I know we just had a big section about art block, but both of these art blocks were like 7 months apart. There's a very good 7 months where I was grinding. Anyway, I took like a month-long break and it was very good for me. I came back at around late February. February 2026 was a great month for me, unlike the previous year. But like, I was just getting more into animation and was just having a lot of fun. I mean more into trends, and yeah, that's February and most of early spring. As of writing this, it's mid-May. I just uploaded my first long-form video in the style of Mando or Kaldruki. What is about artists, this day on theme of course. I loved it so much, and I posted a few more shorts here and there, and now it's late. I don't know why the script says late May as of writing this, because it is early June as I am recording this. I'm just gonna continue. This channel is so important to me, and honestly, it's one of my favorite things. We had some hardships and failures, view slumps, and people unscribing, but overall, unscribing, I am so on frickin' hell. We had some hardships and failures, view slumps, and people unsubscribing, but overall, this is the most fun I've ever had. That's what's important. Thank you, Eldrin, for getting me out of art block without even knowing, and thank you for watching. Bye!